Hey everyone, it is Alyssa coming to you from my very messy office. I can't help it, it's just this time of year. And in fact, I'm making this video a day early. I normally make my videos on Friday. It's actually Thursday, it's Thanksgiving Day. So happy Thanksgiving, although I'm guessing by the time I get this uploaded, it won't be Thanksgiving anymore. So I hope you had a happy Thanksgiving. But as you know, I sell elsewhere online, namely Amazon, and tomorrow being Black Friday, and sales starting tonight, I know I'm going to be busy and probably not going to be having time to make a video. Certainly won't have the energy to make one by tomorrow afternoon. I foresee a Friday afternoon nap in my future. But I decided to get my Etsy video out to you a little bit early. So I'm missing one day of the week, although I don't expect to have many, if any, sales today on Thanksgiving. Historically, I don't usually do that well on holidays on Etsy, but I've done decently this week. I didn't quite reach my selling goal, but I came close. I sold 13 items this week on Etsy for a total of $174.50. Sold a few clearance items this week, sold some Christmas items, and I'll go ahead and show you each of the different items that sold and how much they sold for, and then keep in mind that the prices you see are just the prices that the buyers paid to purchase the item. They don't include any fees that I paid to Etsy or the fees the buyers paid to have the item shipped to them, or the fees I paid to purchase the item. Did I get that all in there? I think I did. Anyway, without further ado, here is what I sold this week. First item I sold this week was actually something that was in the clearance section of my shop. It was this rhinoceros-shaped coin bank, ceramic bank, sold for $5. I originally had this priced at $10, had it for a while, so I marked it down to $5, put it in the clearance section. I think this one came from a rummage sale, but it might come from a thrift store. I don't remember. I've had it a long time. And this was actually also in the clearance section. This was a Christmas ornament in the shape of a covered bridge. It's a Kurt Adler ornament, but it's wood, painted wood. Anyway, I originally had it priced at $15 and marked it down to $7.50, and it sold. And this is something I picked up at an auction. It was in a lot with a bunch of other different Christmas things. And I sold another ceramic bank this week. This one was not in the clearance section, so it sold for $10. And it is shaped like a pig and just painted and cool. It's got some neon touches there. It's got like flowers going on. It's got all kinds of things going on with it. I think this one came from a thrift store, but this might have come from a rummage sale. Honestly, I cannot remember. Sold this vintage quilling kit for $12. And quilling, for those of you that aren't familiar with, is a paper craft where you take these strips of paper and curl them up to make these different shapes and different designs. And this kit is to actually make an ornate version of a wedding invitation. So if you want to make like a keepsake that you can frame of your wedding invitation, you can add this quilling border of different flowers. And I don't remember where I got this, but the one interesting thing about this kit is, you know, I post pretty much everything to Pinterest. That's basically the bare minimum that I do to promote my items. And this is an item that's gotten, like, you know, favorited and repinned and, or whatever, you know, a bunch of different times. I've had it, you know, for sale for a while, so it did finally sell, but it was very popular on Pinterest. I guess people were going to just like make their own as opposed to using the kit. But yeah, this kit sold for $12. Sold a couple of patches this week. They sold like one right after the other, but to different people. This one sold for $4. It's just a cartoon patch of these dogs that says "It's dog eat dog." And I actually had two of these, so I think there's another one still available, but I picked these up in a lot. And this patch also is in that same lot. Yes, it's true, Mary Had a Little Lamb. This one sold for $5. And I think I have another one of this one too. What was I going to say? Oh, the reason I priced these different is I kind of just like looked them up and, you know, looked at what they were going for. There were others available on Etsy, so I was just trying to be competitive with the others that were available. So Dog Eat Dog was not as valuable as Mary Had a Little Lamb. My most expensive sale of the week was actually another item that was in the clearance section of my shop. This is a a new old stock, a new in box, vintage Cabbage Patch Dolls preemie doll. So the smaller little baby dolls. I don't know if you're familiar with Cabbage Patch Kids, but anyway, it's a preemie. It sold for $50. I originally had this priced at $100 and it hadn't sold, so I marked it down to 50% off. This is something I picked up in a thrift store kind of a while ago now. And I sold this vintage music box, which is shaped like a piano, for $20. This was my only international sale of the week. This is plastic, and then the lid opens, has like a little storage area inside. This came from a thrift store, actually the same thrift store where I got that Cabbage Patch Kid, but recently, within the past few months, I'd say. And I sold this deck of illustrated playing cards. It's a sealed vintage deck, sold for $8. And I do not remember where I picked this deck of cards up at. Sold another Christmas ornament, well, set of Christmas ornaments. These sold for $14. It's a complete set of the 12 Days of Christmas ornaments. These are painted wood ornaments, and these were put out by Lillian Vernon. They were dated, I think, like 1989, 1988, something like that. I picked these up not too long ago at a rummage sale. I sold this tiny, really miniature little leather pouch for $6. It has a snap closure, and you can't see in this picture, but it has a little snap strap on the back, so you could like attach this maybe to like a purse strap or a camera bag strap. And I think this came with some camera stuff that I bought in a lot in an auction or something like that. But anyway, this sold for $6. And this is a souvenir mail sorter. You'd hang it on the wall, made of like straw or raffia or something like that. Sold for $8. And I picked this up in a lot at an auction. I'm thinking, was it last year, maybe? This is a vintage Fisher-Price toy. It is a carousel or merry-go-round, sold for $25. It is in working order. You know, wind it up, and then when you flip the switch on, the merry-go-round spins around and, plays a little song. I picked this up. It's something I'd never gone to before. It was a bag sale at a thrift store. It wasn't too far away, and I wasn't really sure what to expect. I was thinking, they might not have very good stuff because it's the stuff that hasn't sold. And they really didn't have much stuff, but I did find some good things, and this was one of the items that I picked up. It was, a $5 bag sale, so I did pretty good, I guess. So yeah, that is everything that I sold this week on Etsy. Again, my goal is $200. I didn't quite make it. Perhaps next week, because it should be a little bit busier with the holidays here. Although part of that busyness means I'm not going to be able to get as much stuff listed on Etsy probably as I normally would, just because my time is limited, but I'll do what I can do. So thank you everyone for watching. I hope your sales are going well. I hope you have a good weekend, and if you're out there shopping, I hope you get some great deals. I'll see you all again soon. Happy selling, everyone.